Forward. Okay. All right. Sitting. We'll start sitting since we're all sitting. Leaning to your bruiser starting. Leaning to the side, lean to one side, and take your arm up and over. Let your head fall toward the right shoulder. And drop your right shoulder down your back. And slowly turn your chin toward your hand. And then back up toward the shoulder. Pressing down into the left sits bone. So that you get a deeper stretch on that left side. Turn that top palm up. Press it up to the ceiling. Imagine there were a hook there you could grab or a hand and let it pull you up. Come to center, switch the legs. Lean out to your left, take your top arm up and over and turn toward that right arm. Push down into the right sits bone and let the head hang toward that left shoulder. Draw the shoulder blades down and turn your chin slowly down toward your left hand. And back up. Turning that right palm up toward the ceiling, push. And also press into the hand on the floor so you really get more of a dynamic pull. And then reach up toward that hook and let it pull you up to sit. And sitting tall, balancing on the two bums, sits bones, finding center. Slowly let the eyes close down. And just feel supported by your structure, shoulder blades drawing toward each other, chest wide open. Observe your breath with your eyes closed. Lengthening and slowing the breath that you're taking. Allowing the world to slow down and become still for just a moment behind the eyes. Observing the breath at the tip of the nose, right at the tip of the nostrils. Sensation as it passes through the nostrils, very faint, subtle. Back of the tongue relaxed, tip of the tongue maybe up on the top of the mouth, probably behind the teeth. Dropping the chin slowly toward the chest. Right ear toward right shoulder, allowing the eyes to open. Just a little bit, just enough. Chin toward the ceiling. And left ear toward left shoulder. Chin toward the chest. And slowly lifting the head, switching the legs once more. Taking left ear toward left shoulder. Notice if the opposite shoulder is up to anything, if that right shoulder is rolling forward. Drop the chin to the chest. Right ear toward right shoulder. Notice if left shoulder is creeping forward or tightening too much. Soft adjustments. Chin toward the ceiling. And raise the head up. Come back to stillness. Anchoring in your own breath. Turning the palms to hold the knees, blinking the eyes open. Inhale, pull the chest forward, shoulder blades squeezing together. Exhale, press away, draw tummy toward the spine, belly button pulls back. And a few of these here, coordinating with your inhale and exhale. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. Rocking the spine. Feeling this movement all the way down into the pelvis as the tail curls under in the rounded position. And the tailbone rocks back. Getting that spinal fluid to start moving. And if it's right for you, speed this up. Or if you're enjoying a slower pace, stay with that. And if you'd like to begin to add a circle, start to take your spine all the way around in one direction, continuing in that same clockwise or counterclockwise. But if that's not good for you, stick with forward and back. When you're ready, go the other way. And you may notice it's a good opportunity to be like, oh, that's sore. That's not giving me love. That hip is stuck. That piriformis is in spasm. Whatever it is, just notice it. And know that we're addressing it here. We're getting some lubrication in there. It may not be easy, but it's starting to warm up. And slowly bring it to a halt. And again, find stillness, anchoring to your breath. To this exchange of air. And we'll bring our fingers, we'll do some opposite nostril breathing. So bring your fingers, second and third fingers to the space between the eyebrows, thumb and fourth finger, so ring finger and thumb of the right hand to the nose on the nostrils, and they rest softly there. Pressing the right side gently closed, very light touch. Inhale through the left nostril. Closing the left, softly exhale out the right. Inhale through that right side. Close it and exhale out the left side. Inhale left.
hold this in at the top of your breath with the nostril closed. Exhale out the right. Pause at the bottom. Inhale through the right. Close it, hold. Exhale the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. Close and hold. Exhale out the left. Bring your hand down. Return to breathing through the nose and observing the breath at the tip of the nostrils. Notice what is easier for you now. Are you more centered, more calm? Are you aware that the breath is dispersing more easily? Or is the intake more clear? Slowly flutter the eyes open. And just notice. Let your eyes be very diffuse. Let your gaze be diffuse, as though you were trying to see all four corners of the room at the same time, but in a relaxed way. So not aggressively trying to see, just casually letting your focus be broad. This lowers the blood pressure. And then bring your attention to something nearby. Maybe not the tip of the nose, maybe something, because that's hard to see. My nose is not so hard to see, but most noses are hard to see. But something close, like nearby in your view, and focus on that one thing. And it should be something that makes your eyes come toward one another, like more sort of cross-eyed, something centered. And just gaze at that one thing. And this brings in a little more energy, a little more focus, raises the blood pressure after a while. In a good way, though, for action, for activity. And then go back to that diffuse focus, trying to see the whole room at the same time. Imagine you could see the ceiling and the floor simultaneously. Notice how that changes the breath. And now imagine looking out using your peripheral vision, trying to see the sides of the room. And notice how that shifts the breath as well. And then close your eyes. And then slowly blink them open. We'll come right to a down dog. Placing your hands and feet where they go. Rest your eyes once you're there between the feet. In a soft gaze. So here we're combining a technique in a way. We are bringing our eyes between the feet. So it's one spot that's center, but we're allowing it to be blurry. So we're not staring with that prey drive. I'm going to eat you, hunt you stare. Even though we're looking at one spot, which is that prey drive, you think it would be a prey drive gaze, because we're just staring at one thing. But we keep it show, keep the eyes almost closed, and we on purpose try to blur the gaze. It's certainly an interesting thing. These all play with the nervous system. In contemporary vernacular, we call them brain hacks, focus hacks. Slowly taking small steps, walk your feet up to the top of your space, bend your knees, catch your elbows, and shake out your head. And nod your head. Feeling the weight of the arms, taking you deeper into this forward fold. Protect your back by pulling the tummy in and squeeze your toes, trying to scrunch up the mat. Bring your hands to the ground, raise your heels and scrunch and release your toes. 5 to 10 times here, scrunching it up, keeping the heels off the floor, and then spreading. Really try to get all the joints in every toe operational here. We want to imagine we feel this in the glutes. We might not, but we're trying to create a connection between the feet, the hamstrings, and the glutes, rather than quads. And then place your heels back down. You may feel the stretch differently. You might feel the hamstrings more engaged, which would be great. And now come halfway up, sits bones back, shoulder blades together, scrunch your toes. Relax your toes, fold forward. Push down through the balls of the feet. Inhale to rise, circle the arms all the way up, come tall. Grab that left wrist, pull up and over toward your right. Look up to the left. Push down through both feet, rise. Grab the right wrist, pull up and over to the left, look up to the right. Hips a little forward, arms a little back. Push down through both, reach up, and then squeeze your shoulder blades as you W your arms. V your arms up, exhale, and fold it over. Inhale, lifting the chest, step left and right foot back. Punch forward and back through your feet here. Heels back and forward, opening up the soles of the feet this way. Scrunch up your fingers, broaden your shoulder blades apart, pull your tummy in. Hold steady with crunched fingers, spine stillness, press your heels back, but isometrically pull wrists toward your ankles and ankles toward your wrists. Let it shake. And then lower your knees, chest, chin to the ground. Inhale through to a nice cobra. Push down through the thumbs. Recruit your elbows back, getting those lats on. And then push back into extended child's pose here. And just let your hips wiggle. I got a bruiser in my face, side to side. Let your hips sling over toward the right side and walk your hands over to your left side and get that nice C curve here on the right side of the body. Really lean away from the hands. Claw your fingers so your hands don't move. And then come through center and make your way around the other side. Hips sling over to your left, arms crawl over the right. Crunch your fingers into the ground, like you're trying not to be pulled back. As though someone were pulling you by the hips and you're like,
Let those hips pull you back toward the left and get that nice deep stretch along the lats on the left side and serratus. Walk it back to the center. Pull your tummy in. Let this be deep abdominal work here. Rolling up. Using your core muscles. Go ahead and grab your tummy. And we're just going to massage it here. So you're pulling your tummy up and down. So like a vertical roll here manually with your hands. And this really helps, and this can be done kneeling too. This, if it hurts, to be on the tops of the feet. The pelvic floor, health of the pelvic floor, action of the pelvic floor. So we move all this stuff. So it's a visceral massage, pulling up, squeezing, and rolling it down. This helps get everything moving. This is great for digestion. It's aggressive. Now, as you do this, try breathing in, pulling up that pelvic floor, pulling in that Uddiyana Bandha, and then letting go. Can you coordinate that? Deep inhale and exhale with this movement. We'll do one more. I know it's a lot on the feet. Okay. And then come on back. Stretch into down dog. And notice that it's easier to get that Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor lift, in Uddiyana Bandha, that deep belly lift in dog. And you might even notice your heels dropped, because when that pelvic floor works, it shifts everything. The inner arches of the feet are so related to the pelvic floor. So when the pelvic floor lifts, those inner arches can lift and the heels can drop like magic. Because we're this incredible system of arches. And then walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen forward, let's shift up onto the toes, scrunch your toes 5 times here. 4, try to get each joint, especially those big toes working. 2, 1, lower the heels, exhale, folding forward. You feel that pelvic floor? So that it also responds really well to toe work. Inhale, rise up, circle the arms. We'll go right to that W, opening the heart. Pelvic floor is lifted, supporting your back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift and look. Step your right, left foot back, maybe over your dog. Hold here. We're gonna take the feet just a little wider. You can drop your knees or bend your knees if you need to. We're gonna go side to side with the heels. So right, and I like to come to center first, left, center, right. You can also be on your forearms, left, center, right, center, left, center. 5 each side. 5, and a 4, and a 3, and a 2, and a 1, and hold. Bend the elbows, try chaturanga. Inhale through to a nice up dog. Feel those feet push down, big toes, have awareness. Roll over those toe joints, down dog. Place your hands and feet. Rest your eyes between the feet with that focused, blurred combo. Eyes in one spot, but the focus is blurry. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop or walk it up to where your hands are. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, nice deep fold. Inhale, rise, circle the arms, rise in the shoulder. Bend those elbows, open the heart up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift to a flat back. If you're feeling jaunty and want to jump it right back, go ahead. to low push-up or step back and lower. Inhale, glide through. Exhale, take it back. Enjoy your breath here. Stretching hands and feet. Noticing the breath at the tip of the nose. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend the knees, walk or jump to the hands. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, folding in. Bend the knees, come to chair. Let's raise those heels and lower them. But we're going to raise them, squeeze them together, and then let them go back apart and lower. Raise, squeeze, back apart, lower. And it's a fraction. It's not even an inch probably. Squeeze them together, take them apart, lower. Lift, squeeze, apart, lower. 3 more. Lift, squeeze, apart, down. Lift, squeeze, apart, down. 1 more. Lift, squeeze, apart. Sink into your chair as those heels lower. Woo. Lengthen those toes. Take the hands behind you. We're going to fold forward with laced hands. Down we go. Deep back stretch here. Knees soft, shoulder blades squeeze. Take that fist and move it over toward your left hip. Turn your head to the right. Enjoy. You've been doing a lot of paddling, swimming, arm sports. In those shoulders here. Pickleball. And then send your fist over toward your right. Gaze to your left. Knees are soft. Get in those shoulders, wrists. And back to the center. Deep fold. So juicy. And then let the hands go. Step back with the feet. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left heel drops, right leg lifts up. Squeeze your glute as you pull your heel to your butt. Open up that hip. Activate that upper foot. And then square your hips. Step forward to a nice strong warrior pose. Warrior 1. Arms come up overhead. Look up to the hands. Press the palms. Drop your head back. Breathe in. Take the fingers behind the low back, switching your lacing. Nice back bend here. Exhale, fold. Humble warrior inside your front foot. Squeezing your right hip in toward your left foot. Scrunch up your toes a little bit and let that head descend to the floor in that direction. But keep that left inner groin, back leg, nice and strong. Shoulder blades hugging. Release the grip of your fingers. Use your strong legs. Inhale, warrior 1. We're going to open here. Turn your right toes in, bringing your feet parallel to the left side of your mat. Then turn your right foot forward into warrior 2. Glide. Glide through that front leg. Sitting up tall, open your chest. Push down into an imaginary table below your hands. Squish your toes, pull up your pelvic floor muscles. Feel buoyant through those different techniques of resistance. Reach your right hand forward, flip the palm, reversing warrior here. Breathe into your right side. Enjoy. Nice deep right knee bend, strong left thigh. Right, cartwheel your hands to the ground. Step yourself back, plank, chaturanga. Up, dog. Down, dog. Left leg lifts up.
Squeeze your glute, bring the heel to the buttock, open up that knee. Push through the palms, get that nice deep stretch. Square your hips, strong lunge forward, left foot up. Over the dog, into warrior one, arms rise. Strong feet, press the palms together, throw the head back. Interlace the hands at the lower back. Continue back bending, open the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Folding, humble warrior, inside that front foot. The instinct would be to take that left hip left. Instead, squeeze it in toward the right heel, narrowing the hips, strong focus into that right inner groin muscle. Head descends, squeeze the back. Strength here, push down, release the fingers, warrior one. Straighten your front leg, pivot to the right. We stop here to line the toes up. So line up your 10 toes. That way, when you turn to warrior two, you have the correct alignment. Open the arms up here. Your front heel would intersect your back arch. Bend that left knee, push down into an imaginary table with your hands and squeeze the feet toward each other to get that buoyancy in the pelvic floor. Keep that strength as you bend your front knee. Breathe. Gorgeous. Reach forward, flip your left palm, reverse warrior here. Nice deep side stretch. Oh, sorry. Inhale, cartwheel the hands down, plank it up. Low push up, upward dog, downward dog. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, travel forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, folding down. Come to chair, raise the arms, raise your heels. Let's just hold here. Sink your butt a little lower to where it's challenging. Tummy draws in, balance. Breathe. Bring your arms down on a diagonal. Challenge your balance as you tip your head forward like a drinking bird. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale, drinking bird. Inhale, arms back up. Lower those heels and fold forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Jump back or step back through your low push-up. Inhale, glide, up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Right leg high. Bend the knee, open up that hip. Square the hips, step right up between the hands. We'll come directly to warrior two. Reach forward, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, right hand comes down. Gorgeous triangle here, nice and simple. Push through the ball mounds of the big toes as you open to this side plane. Pull ribs in, tail under. Feeling that extension between the arms. Here, the radiance of this pose. Gaze can be down or up. And again, you're looking at one point, but keeping a soft focus on the eyes. Looking down, reach forward, come to a half moon here, letting that back leg rise up, opening the chest. Keep that idea of extension, being pulled through the wrists, being pulled through the feet. Like someone is helping you get taller, longer, coming out of your own joints. Square it up here, turn toward your standing leg, step your left foot back, and please lower your left knee to the mat. Widen your right foot out to the side, reach back with your right hand for your left foot, and maybe bring that left foot into that right hand and twist toward your right. Letting the pelvis move forward toward that front heel. Chin goes up toward the sky. Kick back with that left foot. Swim out of this slowly. Pivot toward your left knee. Turn toward your side. Our right leg is our mover. So we're going to circle that right knee and open that inner right groin. Go the other way. So we get a side angle here. And I'm using not the leg you'd think, we're using that front leg. And then hold it steady, turning your toes to face the left side of your mat. And lean a little bit, maybe back toward that left heel. See if you can get a nice deep groin stretch. I'm going to come down on my elbows. Push down through the whole edge of my right foot to tone that inner groin muscle and get a nice stretch there. Trying to free up the groin from, kind of gets imprisoned in the pelvis. We're trying to give it its space here. It's trapped. There's a major and a minor psoas, and the minor psoas can get all caught up in stuff. That's what we're releasing, and that can help relieve, really, it can help make us a lot more mobile. Come on up carefully, make your way forward again. Lift your back knee up and step back to a strong plank pose. Lower to chaturanga, upward U, and downward facing U. Feeling that nice give in the shoulders here that helps lift the spine up. You're pushing that spine, lift the sits bones here. Pull the ribs in. Getting those joints of the spine nice and mobile and supported by muscle. Reach that left leg out, bend the knee, open up that hip. Squeeze your hamstrings and glute. Square your hips, aim for the center between your hands to open to warrior two. Reaching forward, flip the left palm, reverse. Straighten the front leg as you pour yourself forward into that Trikonasana pose triangle. It's glorious. Lengthening from tailbone through head, head through tailbone. An infinite line from middle finger to middle finger. An infinite line. Tailbone under, ribs closed, look up to the top hand or look down. Keep feeling your lines getting longer and longer. Now look forward, claw yourself forward and up into that half moon. Continue that sense of being lengthened, lengthening, as though someone were pulling your top hand and back foot, and you are getting beyond what you perceive, beyond how tall you think you are, how long you think you are. Find that elasticity. And then square it into yourself, turn forward, and go ahead, step back with your back foot, lower the knee. You might want to pad your knee up. Move your left foot to the left a bit. Weight on the right hand, and you reach back with your left as you bend that back knee. And maybe you catch the foot. Not important. Don't need to. If you have it, you kick the foot back. And this helps you to deepen the twist. Chin goes up. Nice deep groin stretch here as well. We're sinking those hips forward. Quad stretch. Back to noticing your breath. Swim out of it, stroke that left arm forward, pivot to your right. You're gonna face the right side of your mat. Your left leg, that front one, is the mover here. So this is creating the movement. That left knee circles. Counterintuitive with it. And then go the other way. It's very spidery. You're like a slinky spider. And see if you can think about creating freedom here for that leg and for the lower back. Okay. And then pivot to the front of the mat. Turning forward. Oh no, you know what? My bad. We're going to stay there. We're going to leave that left leg out to the side and stretch back toward the right foot. And I'm down on my elbows to get a deeper stretch. Faster, really push that left foot into the floor so that left inner groin gets a nice strong stretch. And then turn it forward again to the front of the mat and step back to a plank pose. Lower your right knee down to the mat, shift onto that leg. Hey, Karen. You okay? Reach up through your left arm. Look up. Hips are under. Can you bring that top arm over the ear? And then bring that left hand down. Come up onto the left side. Right leg goes back. Right arm high. Hips are under. It's balance and strength. Top arm goes over the ear. Ribs are in. Pushing down through that back foot gives you that nice arch along the right side. When you've done both sides, make your way to child's pose. Dropping the head down, resting the hips back. Take a deep breath here. And really let go. Letting everything melt into the mat. Surrendering it over. Whatever mishigas is in the head, just let it go. And deep belly muscles roll you up to a seat, and we're going to come onto our back. So, however you like to do that, to get the legs out in front of you, come onto your back body and place your knees over your hips and your palms right in front of the knees. Push your hands into your knees and your knees into your hands, really finding that core stabilization. Keeping this action in general, we're going to pedal here. So you're going to press the left side into the left hand, resist, and then right, alternating here. So it's a really small movement. It's more hard to think on the brain, but you'll feel it deep in your gut. So alternating sides, 5 each side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Karen, what I was doing was my hands were my knees and my knees are my hands, and I'm alternating sides. So I'm doing right into the right hand and then left into the left hand. Let's do 5 more for Karen because that was really fun. So 5 each leg and hand set. And force a tiny little movement that you can really feel it correlate to the deep gut. 3 and 2 and 1, and then push both into the hands, and the hands resist. Okay, so that's the kind of deep engagement we want as we work with our core. We're gonna do that standard bicycle, except we're gonna take the hands behind the head and send both legs out. As you do that, so do that. And now pull your right knee to your left elbow. And feel the deep belly that you just turned on in that other exercise. Extend that right leg out. Pull left knee in to the right elbow, but really contact that deep gut. Both legs out. Pull in. And press out. We'll do just 5 each side from here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So really concentrate. It's quite challenging. And 5. Pull with the legs out. Press your low back into the ground. Pull for 3. Squeeze it, 2. And release it. You're welcome. All right, so feet are on the floor. Reach forward toward your heels and raise your feet, your balls of the feet off the floor and lower. We'll just do 5 of those. So you're strengthening the front tendon of the ankle. 4, 3, make sure to lower in between. 2 and 1. Lower the toes. Okay, now pull your heels toward your glutes, keeping the feet on the floor. Press the low back into the floor. Press your shoulders into the floor. Your ribs into the floor. Now raise your hammock, your seat up just a tiny bit. A little bit, like 3 inches. Don't come farther than your rib cage. Same thing, squeeze your heels toward your glutes. Squeeze the belly. And see if you can now soften just enough to sling your tushy left and right. So swing your hammock from side to side. But keep that engagement of the hamstrings, those heels pulling toward you. And now find center, raise your hips up even more. And hold it. And you're gonna feel this. Yes, I see that Shelby is way into these exercises too. Please always invite your dog to yoga. Dogs love yoga. Dogs love yoga. Bring your dog. Now up here, we're gonna squeeze right glute, left glute, right glute, left glute. We'll do 5 each side. Doesn't sound like much, but it is. 4, 3, 2, and squeeze both sides, and come on, down you go. Bring your feet together, let your knees go wide,
Bring your palms together, interlace your fingers so your index points up. And go ahead, reach those arms back. Push through both feet, reach through both arms. And imagine you had a friend here pulling your wrists back so you could get out of your own hips. It would stretch your whole spine. Or I'm standing over you, holding your hips down as you reach back. Do that super long stretch. Yeah. And then bring your arms down by your side. Let your shoulders relax. Take a deep breath in. Let that exhale wash out. Nice detox here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Take your hands to your outer legs. Close them up. Bring your right knee into your chest and circle that right leg. We usually do this at the beginning, so you might notice that it feels so different at the end. It's already all juicy, all good in there, slimy, which is what we want. Pull your right knee toward your right armpit. Use your left hand to smooth out anything that still feels caught or stuck. Maybe there's nothing, just enjoy. Bring the knee across the body, shift your hips intuitively to the right arm out to the side. Prioritize that the shoulders stay down and align your head. So prioritize the shoulders over the knee. If the knee comes to the ground, great, but my preference is that both shoulders are rooted. Those are your anchors, and the head turns to the right. Rinsing out all the toxins from the work we did. Reach to that right arm, let it roll you onto your back. Hug yourself here, give yourself some love. We've shifted our nervous system through both parasympathetic and sympathetic, which is very healthy. I think sympathetic gets a bad rap, but it's very important if we ever want to get anything done. And extend that right leg out, pull that left knee in and circle that left knee. And open that knee up to the left. If anything needs smoothing out, use your right hand to do it. And maybe we did free up that little psoas minor. And so this is a lot easier than when we do it at the beginning of class. Bring your knee into the middle, shift your hips intuitively left as you reach out through your left arm. Twist. Look out over the left shoulder. And let both shoulders relax. Close your eyes. Let the breath fill the whole chest up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Reach through your left arm, let it roll you onto your back. Just move like this. Pull both your knees in. Give yourself a hug. And then stretch your legs out in front of you. Adjust your head. And maybe you want to take a longer Shavasana today. So feel free to stay as long as you like. Prop yourself up nice so that you're comfortable. I'm adjusting my head. I'm giving
love to this point called GB16 right at the base of the skull, this reset acupuncture point that you can't beat it. Takes you back to factory resets all those cranial nerves. Down we go carefully, carefully, carefully. This very expensive piece of machinery. Put it down, and then shoulders down, shoulder blades down. Move anything that feels like it's not comfy or cozy. And I say that, but for me, there's always an adjustment to Shavasana. Like all the things that shifted during practice need a minute to kind of acknowledge that they've changed. So change is not usually comfortable. If you feel discomfort here, it's just the body getting used to the shift. And these shifts can be profound. Take a deep breath in. So our breath gives the brain a chance to scan everything, and then exhale it out so the brain clocks all the changes. 2 more, deep breath in. And exhale. 1 more time, deep breath in. And exhale. Bingo. Take a deep breath in. And you give yourself permission as you exhale to let go. Maybe there's one more thing, one more layer. Let go. Deep breath. As you exhale, yawn, stretch. You've opened up so much, freed up so much, and at the same time, brought your mind to a more still point.
And this will increase your resiliency. And your left knee roll to your right. It will allow you to handle the ups and downs of your day from a place of equanimity. Breathe into your back. Clear those lungs. Give all your organs this beneficial medicine from this practice, this prana, this life force energy. Bathe in it a little bit more. And then use your hands in the way that's best for you. Make way on up. Sit up tall. And please join me as we raise our arms up. Prayer your palms together, sliding them down over the heart. Finding the song inside your own heart. One Om, inhale. Om. Bringing this prayer, this song to your own mind, thumbs to forehead, thanking your body, yourself, this life, God, all the people you know in your community who support you, and all the people you support, all beings everywhere. Great love. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Love you.